And at the moment, she still has the floor. So you can proceed now, Congresswoman Luistro.
Mr. Chair, I
Chair.
believe that they still have a pending motion.
Okay, so if there's
They're about to move.
if there is another motion, the chair would like to hear the motion. Congressman Akop?
Mr. Chair, since former Mayor Tumang was cited in contempt by this committee, may I move that former Mayor Tumang be meted the penalty of being confined dito po sa premises of the House for the period until the committee report of this Quad Committee is finished. So move, Mr. Chair.
There is a motion to detain
Second.
former Mayor Tumang in the House detention facility until the committee terminates its hearing on the issue of drugs and POGO. Any second? Duly seconded. Any objections? Hearing none, the motion is approved. So, COMSEC, please coordinate with the Sergeant at Arms in order to escort.
Sir,
Oh,
I will continue with my interpellation.
yeah, Mayor Tumang, sandali lang po. I'm sorry, I'm a bit, pwede po bang, so, there's still questions that will be asked by Congresswoman Luistro. So, mari po bang umupo ho muna kayo, Mayor Tumang, nang sa ganun mapagpatuloy yung pagtatanong ni Congresswoman Luistro. Congresswoman Luistro, you have the floor.
Mr. Chair, Mayor Tumang, kailan po yung una kayong pinuntahan sa munisipyo ni Willie Ong at ni ADT Yang?
Hindi ko na po ma-recall, Your Honor.
At least the approximate year, Mayor Tumang?
Hindi ko po maibigay, hindi ko po alam. Tignan ko po sa documents na sa pag-purchase po ng lupa.
You cannot give even the approximate year or at least your term? Yan po ba ay during your first term, second term, or third term? I think if you will make reference about your term in office, you'll be able to come up with an approximate year.
Probably po, siguro po second term.
And if it is second term, kailan po ba yung second term nyo? Is it 2019 or 2016? Mahirap po bang tandaan yung term?
2020 po, siguro.
2020. So,
I'm not sure po.
sometime in 2020. Mayor, ito pong pagpunta nyo sa Fujian, China, kung saan nakasama nyo si ADT Yang, as shared to us by Chairman Paduano. Kailan po ito? Is it during your first term
Hindi
or
ko na-
second term?
Siguro po first term.
First term. Paano po mangyayaring first term yon? Eh kung yung first time na pinuntahan kayo sa munisipyo is 2020, second term, ibig sabihin hindi nyo pa kilala.
Si Willie Ong po yung 2020.
Willie Ong first visited you in the Municipal Hall 2020.
Yes po, si AD Ang po yung kasama namin pumunta po ng China.
First term. So this is 2016 to 2019.
Siguro po 2018 ganun.
2018.
17 or 18.
When did you actually met for the first time ADT Yang? Kailan niyo po siya unang nakilala?
Approximately po siguro to 2018 or 2017 po ganun.
2017. Bago po kayo nagpunta ng Fujian, China, along with ADT Yang and the other Chinese nationals, where you executed a contract with the mayor of Zhangzhou, Fujian. Ilang beses nyo na po na-meet at nakausap si ADT Yang?
Bago po pumunta po ng China,
Yes, Mayor.
marami na pong beses po, Your Honor.
Marami na pong beses. So, this goes to say na talagang you personally know ADT Yang. Ilang beses po? Approximate number, Mayor.
Hindi ko po maalala po.
The reason why I am asking this question, Mayor Tumang, because I find it strange na sasama kayo sa Fujian, China, along with the Chinese nationals, if you do not personally know and you do not personally trust ADT Yang. Gaano nyo po kakilala si ADT Yang para sumama kayo sa Fujian, China, where you executed a contract with Zhangzhou, with Mayor Wang of Zhangzhou, Fujian?
In-invite po kami, hindi lang po ako kasama po yung mga konsyal nun. Sama pa po yung former Vice Mayor po, si Jonathan Pangan.
I understand, Mayor. Can you please enlighten us? What is this two countries twin park project all about?
Sorry po, Your Honor.
Ano po itong two countries twin park project which you executed with the mayor of Zhangzhou, Fujian, when you were with ADT Yang?
Wala pong, hindi ko po makuha yung, wala po kami project na, nin-invite lang po kami doon, pinakita po yung waste to energy.
Ano po yon, Mayor?
In-invite po kami doon para pakita lang po yung waste to energy.
What was shown to you is a waste to energy
Yes po, Your Honor.
project.
Yes po, Your
But
Honor.
you belie having executed these two countries twin park project. Ganun po ba?
Wala po akong, in-invite po kami doon dahil gusto po nilang mag-invest ng waste to energy doon po sa Mexico. Kaya
Sa Mexico, Pampanga.
pinakita po sa amin yung waste to energy doon sa China po.
Okay. So, natuloy po ba itong waste to energy project sa Mexico, Pampanga?
Sorry po, Your Honor.
Natuloy po ba itong waste to energy
Hindi
project
po, Your
in
Honor.
Mexico, Pampanga?
Hindi po,
So,
Your Honor.
ibig sabihin po, yung pagkabisita nyo sa Fujian, China, it did not materialize to any project in Mexico, Pampanga? Is that what you wanted to say?
Hindi po, Your Honor.
Wala pong nag-materialize. But since the reason why you visited Fujian, China is because of the invitation of ADT Yang, can you please enlighten us more? Ano ho ba yung sinasabi niyong maraming beses nyo na siyang na-meet at nakasama? Even before this trip to Zhangzhou, Fujian.
Nung pong nagtatanong silang mga binibili nilang lupa. Yun lang.
Like how many times were you able to meet with him about acquisition of land? Ilang beses nyo na
Hindi
po
ko po
sila
ma-recall,
nakita?
Your Honor.
Would it be more than 10 times?
Hindi ko na po kayang mag-elaborate po ng mga question ninyo. Your Honor, masaba na po yung pakiramdam ko.
Mr. Chair, the resource person is manifesting that he's not feeling well.
Okay, may we ask the House Doctor to please check on 1 minute suspension. Pakibigyan nyo nga ng tubig muna si Mayor. Do we have a nurse? Andito yung nurse kanina eh. Andyan na, no? Nakakain na po ba kayo, Mayor? Hearing is resumed. So in the meantime, habang nagpapahinga si former Mayor Tumang, we can proceed with the other resource persons. Congresswoman Jinkri, if you're ready, you can ask other resource persons.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Please proceed.
I wish to go back to the LRA. Have we checked the email?
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you please enlighten the committee? Kailan po nag-umpisang mag-acquire illegally ng property ang Empire 999 owned by Chinese nationals Willie Ong and ADT Yang at Mexico, Pampanga?
It appears from our records, Your Honor, that the earliest title issued to Empire 999 was in 2016.
2016. And I believe that in 2016, the mayor is Mayor Tumang. And can you please enlighten us, ilan po ba ang nai-transfer na lupa sa Empire 999?
Based on the list that we submitted on the Dangerous Drugs Committee, Your Honor, there are actually 30 titles. In the
30
name-
titles.
In the name of Empire 999, 8 of which are already canceled.
May we know the reason for the cancellation?
We do not have the exact information right now, Your Honor.
When did the cancellation happen? Kailan po nangyari yung cancellation ng 8 titles?
Various years, Your Honor, but the earliest was in 2016, referring to property in Cabanatuan.
Would it be because they transferred it to another party? The reason for the cancellation?
Possible, Your Honor.
So it's not because of the illegal acquisition of land issue that we are hearing here at Quadcom.
Yes, Your Honor.
It has no relation at all. Ma'am, ito pong 30 titles na ito, so far issued to Empire 999 during that time. Can you please enlighten us, ilan po ang equivalent hectares or square meters nito?
I'm actually getting the exact area right now, Your Honor. My personnel is making computations, and because these properties are located in different localities, like we have in Cabanatuan, May Kawayan, Makati.
Cabanatuan, May Kawayan, Makati.
Yes, Makati and Taguig, Your Honor.
May we know, ma'am, kung ilan po yung titles na nasa Mexico, Pampanga?
For Mexico, we have we have 9 titles, Your Honor.
9 titles for Mexico, Pampanga.
Yes, Your Honor. And out of those 9 titles,
Kindly come up with the equivalent number of hectares or square meters for the 9 titles in Mexico, Pampanga.
yes, Your Honor, we will provide it.
And that is from 2016 onwards.
Yes, Your Honor. But
And
I
that
can
is during the time of Mayor Tumang.
yes, but I can only guarantee the exact area that we can provide, respecting only those properties situated in Mexico, Pampanga, Your Honor. For the rest, we will try to coordinate so that we will submit the exact area respecting these properties.
Mr. Chair, I wish to stress that Mayor Tumang knowingly supported the illegal acquisition of land by ADT Yang, Willie Ong, Empire 999 in Mexico, Pampanga, sometime in 2016 onwards. This is on the basis of the fact, Mr. Chair, that they went to Fujian, China in 2017 when he had a prior number of encounters already with ADT Yang, which I believe provided him ample information that he is indeed a Chinese national, Mr. Chair. Sa kabila po ng maliwanag na kaalaman sa part ni ADT Yang, ni Mayor Tumang, back in 2017, nung unang nagpunta siya sa Fujian, China, along with ADT Yang, plus the fact na maraming beses na rin niya itong nakasama even before the travel, he supported the acquisition of land by Empire 999, equivalent to 9 titles in Mexico, Pampanga. And in addition to this, Mr. Chair, having known the fact that ADT Yang is indeed a Chinese national, let us likewise consider the fact na ito pong warehouse na pag-aari ng Empire 999 used to be owned by the brother of ADT Yang by the name Architect Alex Tumang. So, Mr. Chair, I think with the consequence of events, nakilala ni Mayor Tumang si ADT Yang 2017, and then 2016 onwards, nagkaroon ng illegal acquisition of land ang Empire 999 equivalent to 8 titles in Mexico, Pampanga. And I wish to submit, Mr. Chair, na lahat po ng transfer ng tax declaration at the very least ay nalalaman po ng mayor or the local chief executive. And plus the fact na ang mismong warehouse na pag-aari ng Empire 999 ay nabili sa mismong kapatid ni Mayor Tumang. I believe, Mr. Chair, that we have sufficient basis to believe that Mayor Tumang is implicated in the illegal acquisition of land, and at least we can consider him a person of interest with respect to the violation of Dangerous Drugs Act, where shipment was found in Empire 999 sometime in September 24, 2023, Mr. Chair. Having said all this, Mr. Chair, I wish to go to AMLA. Considering all this information, AMLA, tayo po ba ay mayroon ng na-isyong freeze order with respect to Empire 999, its incorporators, including the former mayor of Mexico, Pampanga?
Mr. Chair, as of now, we have yet to issue a freeze order, but we want to assure this committee that the Anti-Money Laundering Council is conducting its investigation on the matter.
Mr. Chair, I lament that we've been investigating this issue since before the quadruple committee during the time of the separate investigation by the Committee on Public Accounts. This representation is likewise a member of Public Accounts, and I recall having requested already the initiative of AMLA to secure the assets of these personalities whom we believe there is sufficient basis already that the money is involved in illegal activity. Mr. Chair, I wish to remind the AMLA of Section 2, Section 10 of the AMLA law. Attorney, can you please enlighten us? Paano po ba tayo nag-a-apply ng freeze order?
Madam Chair, the power of the Anti-Money Laundering Council to file a petition for freeze order should be anchored on the fact that there is probable cause that a fund or property is in any way related to unlawful activity.
When we say probable cause, AMLA, who is supposed to determine that probable cause?
There are two kinds of freezing that may be done by the AMLA, in accordance with AMLA, Mr. Chair. In case of illegal drugs as predicate offense, we filed the petition for freeze order before the Court of Appeals. But of course, initially, we have to determine if there's probable cause, and we have to prove that before the Court of Appeals when we file the petition.
Which court will determine the probable cause? Are you referring to the RTC or to the Court of Appeals where the petition for freeze order is supposed to be filed or pending?
The Court of Appeals, Mr. Chair.
The Court of Appeals. So, can we request the Secretariat to kindly flash Section 10 of AMLA? Please educate us, AMLA. Ang sabi po dito sa Section 10, upon a verified ex parte petition by the AMLAC, and after determination that probable cause exists, that any monetary instrument or property is in any way related to an unlawful activity as defined in Section 3, paragraph I hereof, the Court of Appeals may issue a freeze order which shall be effective immediately. As a matter of fact, it has to be resolved within 24 hours. Tama po ba?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
It has to be resolved within 24 hours for a period only of 20 days, pending the summary hearing. balikan po natin yung probable cause. Is it not that ang Court of Appeals din ang magre-resolve ng probable cause in the same verified ex parte petition?
Yes, Mr. Chair, we have to file the petition before the Court of Appeals.
So if so, AMLA, what is causing you delay?
Mr. Chair, we beg for your indulgence. If you may recall, in the previous hearings, we have to wait for the unlawful activity that has to be filed in coordination with the National
Mr.
Bureau.
Chair, I wish to remind the AMLA that Empire 999 is owned by Chinese nationals and Empire 999 owned or was able to procure 8 titles representing ownership of land in Mexico, Pampanga. That is apart from the other land ownership located in other provinces within the Philippines. Ano pong inaantay natin, AMLA, na unlawful activity?
Mr. Chair, we have explained this previously. The ownership of foreign nationals of real properties which they may had because of falsification of documents.
That's precisely the point, AMLA. We are proceeding actually to the second unlawful activity, that is falsification. So I do not understand really what are we waiting for. We have here the illegal acquisition of land. We have the falsification of public document.
Mr. Chair, in the previous hearings, if may recall, it is the position of the MLC that such act is not among the unlawful activities of money laundering.
So can you please enlighten the committee? Ano po ba yung unlawful activities under anti-money laundering? And is it your intention to make us believe na ito pong freeze order, petition for freeze order, ay ginagamit lang doon sa unlawful activity as defined under AMLA?
Mr. Chair, the enumeration of unlawful activities is strict in the AMLC. So if there's a crime outside the enumeration of unlawful activity, the AMLA has no jurisdiction to conduct money laundering investigation, Mr. Chair.
As far as I remember, Mr. Chair, mayroon po tayo ditong violation of dangerous drugs. Tama po ba? September 24, 2023. And I believe that that is one of the, among the several offenses that were enumerated in the AMLA law. Would you confirm that, sir?
Yes, Mr. Chair. We would like to apprise also that as far as the investigation of AMLAC is concerned, although we are already nearing, at least on the civil forfeiture, at least on the warehouse, Mr. Chair.
We are very much concerned, AMLA, about preserving the assets of these persons of interest, which will happen after the CA is able to resolve the petition for the issuance of freeze order. Tama po ba? The freeze order has a duration of 60 days only. Tama? And this will be followed by the court which will acquire jurisdiction over the main case proper na mag-i-issue po ng preservation of assets order. Am I correct, AMLA?
The initial freeze is for a period of 20 days, Mr. Chair, and within that period, we may file a petition for extension, which, if granted, may be granted by the court for a period of maximum 6 months, Mr. Chair.
Nonetheless, the maximum period is 6 months. Tama po?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And within the period of 6 months, we should be able to file a case at the RTC.
Yes, Mr. Chair, we have to file either a petition for civil forfeiture with the RTC, or if the investigation is already completed, we can file money laundering investigation. Money laundering case.
Including the unlawful activity. Tama po ba?
We don't file unlawful activity, Mr. Chair, just the money laundering.
But at least the other agencies in the Philippine government can, like the violation of dangerous drugs,
Yes,
falsification of public document.
The layers are the one filing the unlawful activity, Mr. Chair.
Please enlighten us, AMLA. Bakit po, in a layman's term, bakit po hindi tayo maka-apply ng freeze order considering the apparent violation of dangerous drugs, the apparent violation of falsification of public documents, and the apparent acquisition of land by foreign nationals?
Mr. Chair, we beg for indulgence because this investigation is a very complex investigation. It involves a lot of...
And that is why, AMLA, we need to secure the assets, di ba? Because if we incur too much delay, we might find ourselves without control and hold anymore to the assets which were illegally acquired.
Yes, Mr. Chair, again, we beg for indulgence, but we want to assure the committee that Anti-Money Laundering Council is working, and we are about to file the necessary banking credit
With all due respect, Mr. Chair, to the AMLA, we started investigating this Empire 999 back in August of 2023. And now is November of 2024. And I do not find it reasonable waiting for more than a year, almost a year, to be able to file at least the immediate remedy of freeze order. Di po ba the purpose of this freeze order is to be able to immediately secure the assets of these persons in interest? Tama po ba yon?
That is correct, Mr. Chair.
Ibig sabihin, AMLA, there is the nature of urgency. Tama po ba yon?
I agree, Mr. Chair.
And I do not believe that we're still responding to that nature of urgency, having waited for until November 2024 when we started the investigation in August of 2023.
Again, Mr. Chair, we beg for indulgence. We are meticulously conducting our investigation so that we will be able in each of these properties and probably bank accounts that we will recommend for bank equity freeze order.
right.
Everything is in order and we have a strong case, Mr. Chair.
According to LRA, they have forwarded to you already the information concerning the illegally acquired lands. Do you confirm that?
They forwarded a list of properties, Mr. Chair.
Yes. So wala na po tayong problema pagdating sa real properties, di po ba?
We already have the list, Mr. Chair, but again, please, we have to establish that these are in any way, each are in any way related to the unlawful activity.
I am not asking the AMLA to file the main case. I am not asking the AMLA to file the violation of anti-money laundering law yet. I'm not asking the AMLA to file the falsification, the violation of dangerous drugs, and the other main cases. What I find it strange, why to this date, you have not even filed an ex parte petition for freeze order of the assets of persons of interest. Again, ito po'y inaalaw ng AMLA law because we want to address urgency. Now, where is urgency if we need to wait for around a year to be able to file at least the petition for the issuance of freeze order?
Again, Mr. Chair, we beg for your indulgence. We are meticulously conducting our investigation because we want to establish that all these funds and property that we'll recommend for freeze order are in any way related to the unlawful activity, Mr. Chair.
Narinig niyo po ba kanina yung LRA? May sinasabi po silang titles which were canceled already? Are
Yes.
you not alarmed? Baka po by the time mag-file kayo ng ex parte petition, wala kayong abutang lupa because all the titles of Empire 999 have been canceled by the LRA already. We are the government, Mr. Chair. And I believe we have all the necessary remedies to secure all these assets which were used illegally or at least illegally acquired by these Chinese nationals. Mr. Chair, can we ask the AMLA when they intend to file the petition for freeze order?
AMLA.
Mr. Chair,
Please proceed.
Mr. Jack, can I just personally approach the honorable congressman because we don't want our we don't want the possible respondents to to check our actions, Mr. Chair.
We will welcome,
with
Mr.
the-
Chair, receiving those informations in private along with the chairman of the committee.
Okay, we'll ask you to discuss this issue with the Congresswoman from Batangas at the appropriate time. In the meantime, ang tanong po kasi ni Congresswoman Luistro, it's more than a year since we started conducting this investigation. And you were asked earlier if there was already an action taken by the AMLAC. Ang sabi nyo, you are meticulously investigating, conducting your investigation. She asked you again, when will be the filing of a freeze order be done by the AMLAC on the assets of the subject corporation? Ang sabi nyo, meticulously investigating pa rin. Now, baka yung sobrang meticulous yung pag-iimbestiga nyo, maubos na yung property ni Empire 999 at maibenta na sa iba. And that is exactly the reason why we are all asking you to take the immediate action that you should in order to prevent this from happening. You know, we have information na those involved in other illegal activities, especially yung mga kawani ng gobyerno na kung saan ay naakusahan, naka-akusahan pa lamang sila, ay na-freeze kaagad yung kanilang bank accounts, no? Pero ito, na klarong-klaro na hindi po Pilipino, bumili ng lupa, fraudulently acquired Filipino citizenship, na-discover na merong droga o drugs doon sa loob ng kanyang pagmamayaring warehouse. Isn't this all enough basis? Or if you're saying probable cause lang, di ba? Klarong-klaro yan, Attorney Dumale.
Yes, Mr. Chair, we do understand the necessity of the action of the MLC, but if you will recall, Mr. Chair, we have waited first for the filing of the unlawful activity in coordination with the NBI, which was filed, I think, last third quarter of this year, Mr. Chair. So that's why we are able to establish one of the elements, which is the existence of unlawful activity, Mr. Chair.
That's another issue because we will also call the attention of the NBI in this particular Empire 999 case, no? We've been waiting for them to file a case against the incorporators of this Empire 999. I don't know, have we been, Comsec, have we been, has the NBI informed the committee about a case that was filed against Empire 999? Meron ba tayong information?
Wala. Sir, I will check the records first.
Sige. So, later, sige, attorney, please approach Congresswoman Luistro.
Mr. Chair, I just want to manifest that the provision referred to by AMLA, RA 9160, unlawful activities as defined under AMLA includes violation of Securities and Regulation Code. Is it not that this law was apparently violated when they misrepresented themselves as Chinese nationals in making it appear that Empire 999 is a Filipino corporation which enabled them to acquire the real properties which are supposedly exclusive for Filipino nationals only? It makes mention as well, Mr. Chair, violation of Dangerous Drugs Act. And at the very least, Mr. Chair, it makes mention about felonies or offenses of a similar nature that are punishable under the penal laws of other countries. I am inclined to believe that the last provision of this long enumeration intends to provide us flexibility in order to address similar situations, Mr. Chair.
I absolutely agree with you, Congresswoman Luisto. So, anong masasabi niyo dyan, Attorney Dumale?
Mr. Chair, first on the SRC violation. SRC violation, that is lawful activity of the MLC, refers to investment scheme similar to Ponzi, Mr. Chair. The falsification of birth records to establish a corporation, supposedly a Filipino corporation, could be a violation of the corporation code but not the SRC, Mr. Chair.
Nevertheless, Mr. Chair, to be able to engage in all these investments which are under the jurisdiction of the Securities and Exchange Commission, they were able to use this illegally incorporated corporation. Di po ba? So it entails violation not only the Philippine Corporation Code, but also the Securities and Exchange Securities Regulation Code. I do not understand, Mr. Chair, why AMLA, with all due respect, seems to be so passive that instead of finding ways to be able to use this beautiful law, and I believe responsive AMLA law, to all these given situations, they're trying to reject the possibility of using the same to secure the assets of these persons in interest, Mr. Chair. Nevertheless, Mr. Chair, we will be welcoming the information that they intend to volunteer to the committee in private. Meantime, Mr. Chair, due to the interest of time and to give time to my fellow members, I will be yielding to the other members of the committee.
Okay. Thank you, Congresswoman Luistro. The next to interpolate is Congressman Ernix Junicio. You have 10 minutes. In the meantime, while Congressman Junicio is interpolating, now that the AMLAC has approached Congresswoman Luistro, please proceed, Congressman Junicio.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good afternoon, everyone. I'd just like to expound on the questions that was been asked by Congresswoman Luistro. Sa ano po, sa PIDEA, sir, magandang hapon po sa inyo. Just to expound sa presentation niyo po kanina, nabanggit kasi may mga concernings na information sa akin na nabagabag ako dahil nabanggit yung lugar ko sa Tondo. Doon po ako representing the people of Tondo in the city of Manila. Sir, just to give clarity dun sa mga nabanggit kanina, 530 kilos of shabu, yung na-aresto, yung nahuli natin, 3.6 billion worth. Is this correct? Last September 24, 2023, Your Honor? Ito po
Sir, it is already on, Mr. Chair, it is already on September 27.
27.
It was taken from SBMA Port of Subic on September 22. But with the series of control delivery, it was apprehended again in Mexico, Pampanga on September 27, 2000. And correction, sir, for the weight of the shabu recovered, it's 560 initially, but that is with packaging. Until it was weighed in the laboratory, I think it's 529.70. That is the net weight.
Thank you. Proceeding po tayo doon sa raid nga doon sa Mexico, Pampanga. The agencies that were involved with regard to this raid is PIDEA, NBI, at sino pa nga po ulit?
Bureau of Customs and the National Intelligence Coordinating Agency, Mr. Chair.
But sino po ang lead agency who really spearheaded the raid?
It is the National Bureau Investigation, sir.
The NBI. May representative ba tayo na NBI dito, sir? Sir, just checking because I have some questions to be asked later. Okay. Moving on po, sino po yung mga opisyalis natin na nag-lead nung raid na to? Yung mga head po ng agencies who spearheaded it.
On the NBI side, sir, it is the senior there. What I saw is Agent Attorney Galicia. Ours during the control delivery, It was our two regional directors of NCR and director of Region 3. And I do not recognize the National Intelligence Coordinating Agency and that of the Bureau of Customs, Mr. Chair.
Yung controlled delivery na nabanggit niyo po ngayon, ibig sabihin po nito yung may mga drugs na parang pain natin para mahuli yung mga culprits po. Tama po ba?
Yun sir yung na-recover namin sa Subic Port. Yun na yun yung mga yung i-deliver natin doon sa warehouse.
Oh, yun yung supposedly na na-intercept po natin.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Now, ano po yung binabanggit natin kanina? Moving on kasi, nabanggit kasi na dapat i-deliver sa Tondo, Manila eh. Supposedly. Ano po ba yung pagkakasunod-sunod ng mga locations supposedly, sir?
Sir, the exact date is, the exact place sir, is Binondo.
So, hindi po sa Tondo.
Sorry sir, it's not Tondo.
But nonetheless, sa Maynila.
Yes sir.
O, kaya nga ako na-alarma kasi, bakit po ba sa Binondo? If I'm not bakit po ba sa Binondo?
That was the original destination of the cargo, Mr. Chair. Binondo, Manila.
And why is it Binondo, Manila? Is it because meron silang warehouse doon?
Sir, maybe the NBI could answer that.
NBI? Any comments po? Bakit po ba supposedly dadalhin yung mga illegal na droga sa Binondo, Maynila?
Again, Mr. Chair, may we kindly ask that Attorney Galicia be recognized for the details of this case. He is the chief of the Task Force Anti-Illegal Drugs and is the team leader of that particular operations.
Okay, Attorney Galicia, please. Please proceed, Congressman Junicio. Mr. Chairman, Your Honor.
Yes, the question was, Mr. Chair, bakit po ba supposedly nalagay sa mapa o bakit dadalhin sa Binondo, Maynila yung mga droga?
That was the address of the consignee, Mr. Chairman.
The reason for the questions of this humble representation, Your Honor, Mr. Chair, is I would like to establish the fact kung meron po ba silang mga warehouses, ito nga Empire 999, doon sa amin sa lungsod ng Maynila.
None, Your Honor. When we checked the address, it was inexistent. So it's not an existing address, Mr. Chairman.
So walang address talaga. Because there's information that this humble representation received ayon sa SEC papers ng Empire 999, ang principal place of business nito ay nasa Unit 2909, 29th floor, World Trade Center, 1 Luna Corner, Dasmariñas Street, Binondo, Manila. Is that accurate?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, but they did not really occupy that office.
So parang bogus address lang yon sa Maynila.
They just use it for purposes of applying for a SEC registration.
So just, Mr. Chair, just to clarify and to make certain, meron po bang na-deliver na drugs as a matter of fact sa Tondo, Binondo, or anywhere in the city of Manila?
None, Your Honor.
That's good to know. Moving on sa PIDEA ulit, sino-sino po ba yung mga may-ari? Just to establish the fact na mga tinanong ni Congressman Luistro kanina, the owners of Empire 999, mga incorporators, can we enumerate it again? I do believe this is part of the matrix that you presented earlier, ASEC.
Yes, Mr. Chair, but it was not highlighted. So the other incorporators of Empire 999 Realty Incorporated is Willie Ong, Jack T. Yang.
Sorry to cut you, ASEC, no? Willie Ong is an incorporator, but other than that, what is his position in the company?
We don't know, Mr. Chair.
There has been reports that he is the chairman and the president of the company. Is that correct fact?
According to PAOK, sir, yes.
Thank you. Let's proceed, sir.
Ayos sa the other incorporators, as you're asking, sir, is I mentioned already Jack T. Yang, Michelle C., Elaine Chua, and I.D. T. Yang.
Sino po si Samson Guo Yang?
I believe it was not mentioned here, sir.
We have reports that this certain individual is the director and assistant corporate secretary. Probably some of the information that this humble representation has, I will just forward to you for further information gathering, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
If I may also ask, no, on the last note, at present, ano na po ba ang naging development sa raid na naganap ng Mexico, Pampanga? May mga kaso ba tayo na naisampa? Specifically, what the chair is asking earlier, it is imperative that we file the necessary cases so that other agencies of our government will be able to act accordingly. Time is of the essence, sir. So categorically, has NBI or any agencies of our government have filed cases regarding the raid on Mexico, Pampanga?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, we already filed the case for violation of RA 9165, falsification of public documents and violation of passport law, Your Honor.
When was this, sir?
Last August, Mr. Chairman.
Again, tama po ba narinig ko? May kasama na po ba yung drugs dito? Hindi pa?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, we already filed the violation of RA 9165.
So, just again, kay Pidea, ano po ba ang connection ng Empire 99 Realty doon sa Mexico, Pampanga raid, sir?
Empire 999, sir, is the owner of the warehouse.
Doon sa Mexico, Pampanga.
Mexico, Pampanga.
So, it is certain, without a doubt, it is established that Empire 99 and the drug raid in Mexico, Pampanga is one and the same. Sila nag-operate nito. Tama po ba, sir?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
In your humble opinion, as matagal na rin po kayo siguro sa PIDEA, ASEC, tama po ba?
2 years in PDEA, sir. 36 years in the Philippine National Police.
Okay, so matagal na kayo sa law enforcement. I'd like to ask both PIDEA and NBI, in your honest opinion, ano po ba sa tingin nyo ang kadahilanan kung bakit itong mga Chinese nationals na naghahasik ng illegal na mga gawain dito sa bansa natin, bakit po ba sila lumalaki? Bakit nagagawa nila itong mga falsification of documents, acquiring illegal land? Ano po bang sa tingin ninyo? So, gusto ko lang marinig yung honest opinion po ninyo.
Some of our agencies are supporting the Chinese, sir.
I'm sorry, sir. Paki.
Some of our government agencies are supporting the Chinese regarding this matter.
Ano pong agency yan, sir?
As what we have, as what I have observed during the conferences or the meetings that we have since last year, what we have mentioned there is the LRA, the PSA. That's what I can recall, sir.
NBI, in your humble opinion, bakit ba nakakaporma? In layman's term, bakit ba umuubra yung mga illegalistang gawain ng mga Chinese nationals na to?
Mr. Chairman, there are many factors, no? But
In a nutshell,
yes, Mr. Chairman. First, because we're very lax. And there's corruption. Obviously, there's corruption in our government.
thank you. Mr. Chair, just to like to manifest from what I've heard from the very tedious and detailed interpellation of Congresswoman Luistro, and with the answers of our different agencies in law enforcement, in my own observation, para kasing ang dami nating agencies who are not really working together, that's one. Number two, yung iba nating agencies are being passive, not proactive. Alam na nilang meron ng kakulangan o meron ng semblance of irregularity, yet we are still waiting for more evidence rather than them gathering it themselves. Mr. Chair, I really appeal to different agencies in our government, especially law enforcement. We have to be proactive. Galing sa dating administration and even the present, we have to all work together para yung mga illegalistang Chinese na to, and also Filipinos who are coddling, some politicians pa who are coddling the illegal ways of these Chinese nationals, we have to put a stop to it. That's why Quadcom is really doing its job. So kailangan namin ng cooperation. Sir, Amla, if I just may appeal, I do understand that you are doing the best, but we have to really be proactive in doing our job because time is of the essence, sir.
We understand, Mr. Chair.
Yes, again, Mr. Chair, marami pong salamat sa oras.
Thank you, Congressman Junicio. The next to interpolate is Congressman Akop. You have 10 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. May I know if Mr. Ermi Raido Pangan Kanda is present?
Mr. Pangan?
Kanda.
Mr. Kanda. Mr. Kanda, you are the former barangay captain of
San Lorenzo po, Mexico, Pampanga.
Mexico, Pampanga. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Before I proceed to interpolate Mr. Kanda, may I ask PIDEA, you have a manual sa controlled delivery. Tama po.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And the conduct of controlled delivery is not a regular, shall we say, operation to be conducted by anti-illegal drug units. Would you agree with that?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So, hindi po araw-araw na ginagawa ito.
No, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. And bago mag-conduct ng isang ahensya no authorized na mag-conduct ng controlled delivery, kailangan yung authority ng Director General ng PDEA. Would that be correct?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Yes. Doon din sa manual na yun, kung nagbabago po ang rota na napag-usapan, kailangan din ng approval ng head ng PDEA. Would that
Yes.
also be correct?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. At ang dahilan kung bakit ginagawa po yung controlled delivery para ma-identify o malaman at ma-aresto yung mga consignees o yung tumatanggap po ng mga illegal drug shipment. Would that be correct also?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So, now, ang katanungan, were all these protocols followed during that controlled delivery in issue?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So, yung pagpalit ng rota, inaprubahan ni DG PDEA.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Pati po yung extension ng period na pag-antay kung may kukuha na consignee.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Tama. Okay. Now, matanong ko po kayo, sino po ba yung dapat consignee na tatanggap ng shipment na yon sa Tondo, Manila?
I believe, sir, the NBI has the answer, sir.
The NBI?
Yes, sir, the NBI, sir.
NBI, can you answer the question?
It's local consumer, Mr. Chairman.
when you knew na yung consignee pala ay local trading?
Local Consumer Incorporated or something.
Yes. Did you conduct a background investigation insofar as that consignee is concerned? Kasi alam nyo na doon pupunta dapat yung mga illegal drugs na under controlled delivery.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. Now, may I know kung tunay po itong opisina na ito, itong consignee na ito?
It's a fictitious company, Mr. Chairman.
Kung fictitious company at alam nyo na beforehand, bakit tinuloy nyo pa yung controlled delivery? Hindi naman yung mahuhuli yung consignee. Dahil fictitious.
Your Honor, that's precisely the idea of a controlled delivery is for you to be able to identify the recipient of the drugs.
Fictitious, sabi po ninyo yun eh. Meron bang opisina ang isang fictitious company?
No, the undercover operative is being directed and being instructed by the drug trafficker that the shipment will be diverted later.
Ang ibig nyo bang sabihin sa controlled delivery, ang may control ay yung nag-ship o yung mga authorities?
From the beginning, Mr. Chairman, it is the drug trafficker who controls where the drug should go. Now, once it's seized, when it's intercepted, now the law enforcement agency may now control the delivery.
Hindi po yata yun ang concept ng controlled delivery. Hindi ba, PDEA?
It should be one address only, sir, and maybe it could be changed if there is, if the DG will approve of it.
Yes. Thank you. Let's leave controlled delivery. Mr. Kanda, pwede po bang sabihin nyo sa amin ngayon, ano po yung mga personal circumstances po ninyo?
Ano pa yun?
Kayo po ba ay may asawa?
Opo.
Kaya yun po yung personal circumstances. Ano po ang ano po yung trabaho nyo dati? Ano po yung trabaho nyo ngayon?
Dati po kung former barangay captain at ngayon po nagtatrabaho ko sa LGU po, sa hospital.
Sa hospital ng LGU.
Opo.
Kailan po kayo naging kapitan ng San Lorenzo, Mexico, Pampanga?
2007 po hanggang 2017.
Sino po ang mayor noon ng Mexico, Pampanga nung kayo po ay kapitan?
Si ex-mayor Eddie Tumang po.
So, maliban sa transaction na political kay Mayor Tumang, meron po ba kayong pagkakataon na nagkaroon po kayo ng transaction na hindi po political kay ex-Mayor Tumang or former Mayor Tumang?
Wala po.
Hindi po kayo nagkaroon ng transaction tungkol sa pagbebenta o pagbibili ng lupa?
Opo, bali ako po yung ahente niya bilang incumbent barangay captain sa San Lorenzo.
Sa inyo pong kasagutan, kayo po ang ahente ni former Mayor Tumang sa pagbili ng lupa sa San Lorenzo, Mexico, Pampanga. Yun po ba ang ibig nyo sabihin?
Opo, Your Honor.
Okay. So, naging ahente po kayo ni ex-Mayor Tumang.
Opo, Your Honor.
Now, pwede po bang malaman kailan nagsimula yung inyong pagiging ahente at ano ang transaction na yun?
Bali po, nag-start po kami noong 2016, natapos po ng 18 to 19.
Okay. At lahat po ba ng transaction na yun pagbibili ng lupa ni former Mayor Tumang?
Opo.
So kayo po ang nautusan maghanap kung anong mga lupa sa San Lorenzo, Mexico, Pampanga kung anong mga lupa doon ang binebenta? Ganun po ba yun?
Sa mga farmers po ng Mexico, Barangay San Lorenzo.
Lupa ng mga farmers.
Opo.
Ibig
Bali-
sabihin, yung binibili ni former Mayor Tumang na lupa ay mga sinasaka.
Opo.
Okay. Nagawa mo ba yung inuutos ni former Mayor Tumang na magdala ka ng mga magsasaka na nagbebenta ng mga lupa?
Opo, bali pinakumbisi niya po sa akin bilang incumbent barangay captain na ipagbili yung lupa sa kanya ng mga magsasaka. Tapos inutusan po ako na dalhin sa bahay niya para kausapin sa Morning Sun yung mga farmers.
Tinupad niyo po yung iniutos niyang yon.
Opo.
So nagdala po kayo ng mga magsasaka na gustong magbenta ng lupa sa opisina ni former Mayor Tumang.
Opo, dinala ko po sa Morning Sun sa bahay niya, sa office. Kinausap niya po. At nagkasundo po sila na ibenta yung lupa.
So pumayag yung mga magsasaka na ibenta yung kanilang mga lupa kay si Mayor Tumang ang bumibili.
Opo.
Okay. Ilan po kayang hektarya yung nabili ni Mayor Tumang sa San Lorenzo, Mexico, Pampanga?
Bali, abot po ng 160 hectares. 160 hectares.
160 hectares.
Bali,
Farm.
tatlong.
Puro farmland yun.
Opo.
Farmland. Alam niyo po ba kung sa magkano nabili ni former Mayor Tumang yung 150 hectares?
Bali po,
Ano po yung pagbabayad kung cash o installment?
bali po tig 200 per square meter, 200 pesos. Babawasan pa po ng 5% na komisyon.
Okay. Ngayon, alam nyo rin po ba kung anong nangyari sa mga lupa nung nabili ni former Mayor Tumang?
Nandun lang po, lubog po sa baha yung lupa.
Si Mayor Tumang pa rin ang may-ari.
Opo.
Hindi niya binenta kahit na kanino?
Meron po siyang investors na tatlong Chinese.
Ano po?
Meron po siyang investors.
Pakipaliwanag nga po kung anong ibig sabihin sa may mga investor po siya na mga Chinese.
Opo, yung Pampanga Heavy, tsaka yung Yatay Industry, tsaka po yung Omni Corporation.
Ang ibig mong sabihin, dito niya binenta yung 150 hectares?
Binenta niya po sa mga Chinese.
Opo, yung binili niya sa mga magsasaka na 150 hectares sa mga korporasyon ng mga inchik na ito, niya binenta rin yung lupa na yon?
Opo.
Pwede po bang malaman kung alam po ninyo kung magkano niya binenta?
Ay, hindi po alam. Siya lang po ang kausap niya. Siya lang po nag-uusap.
Ganon. Now, so yung 150 hectares, ikaw lahat ang naghahente nito?
Opo.
Opo.
Opo, Your Honor.
Magkano naman ang kinita mo?
Bali, binigyan po kami ng 1.2. Bali, 4 po kami.
4.
Opo.
Sigurado ako kasama si Mr. Roy Gomez dito.
Opo.
Yung katiwala ni former Mayor Tumang sa kanyang opisina.
Opo, si Roy Gomez po ang lahat ng gumagawa ng mga transaksyon sa mga papeles.
Okay. Mr. Chair, may I make a manifestation? Dito po sa mga kasagutan ni former Barangay Captain Kanda sa aking mga katanungan ay nagpapatunay na si former Mayor Tumang ay nagkaroon ng role sa illegal acquisition of land sa Mexico, Pampanga na napunta o nabili sa mga Chinese personnel. At si former Mayor Tumang ay nagbigay ng tulong sa illegal acquisition of land by the corporations whose officers are all Chinese. Marami pong salamat, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congressman Akop. Congressman Paduano?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, can we ask resource person, Vice Mayor Hiron, to take a seat? And Vice Mayor Hiron, Mr. Alex Tumang, saka po si Barangay Captain. Is Barangay Captain Bautista present?
Pwede pong umupo po tayo dito. Ito pong mga opisyal na pinatawag ng komite ay opisyal po ito ng